Welcome back to The Way with Jazz and Tay. It's your girl, Jazz and
Shantae.
And before our break, we did our reviews of the week. I gave you some of my thoughts on Katie's Bachelorette season, and Shantae went in on Doja Cat's album, Planet Her. Now we're going to... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Really quickly, Latia commented on the Icebreaker, something that kills something people or kills you that starts with a P. Police.
Oh,
yeah.
Bold.
I was like, dang.
That would have been the number one answer.
Yeah.
Latia, that was a good one. You
On
win.
Point.
You win that round. But now we're gonna get into our hot topic, which is touching on a whole bunch of court mess. Okay, we've got Derek Chauvin, who finally got sentenced, and he was only sentenced to 22 and a half years. For those of you guys that have been living under a rock for the last year and a half, Derek Chauvin is the police officer who was tried and convicted and indicted of the murder of George Floyd. Okay. Is 22 and a half years enough, Shantae? Do you think, are you okay with that? I mean, somebody died.
Right.
Is 22 and a half years enough?
I want to start by saying that I'm glad it's not 5 years.
Amen.
So I'm happy for that. However, I guess they said that the max he could have got was 30 years. And so it's 22 and a half, but he'll do 2/3 because he's been in jail. So for time served, he'll probably only do 15 years. So really the man's only going to do 15 years.
Maybe. We were talking to our friend Sonora, who is a Howard Law student.
Future lawyer.
She was saying that he'll probably do about 7 to 10. Yeah, that's kind of the general idea that they'll see come from this. So, was justice served? I mean, I think this was the first step towards change, but I still just don't feel like any of that needed to happen in the first place. But
absolutely. And then his cryptic message as he left also, I just kind of what are you talking about? Go to jail and be quiet.
Bill Cosby. They really let this man out of jail.
On a technicality.
Are you kidding me? And not even literally, okay, here's the technicality. Yes, I admit that I did these things.
Yes.
So was that a double jeopardy thing? You can't be tried twice, and that's why he's got released. Literally, that's what happened.
Yes. So the highest court in Pennsylvania overturned the sexual assault conviction on Wednesday because they found an agreement with the previous prosecutor that prevented him from being charged in this case. So it also shut down the possibility of a third trial in the case, according to prosecutors. So essentially what happened was in 2015, Cosby actually admitted to casual sex involving recreational use of Quaaludes with a series of young women, and he acknowledged that his dispensing the prescription drug was illegal. By giving this testimony, he was supposed to not be charged. There was supposed to be some kind of deal, I'm assuming. Well, a new prosecutor got the case and was like, sorry, not doing that. We're putting you behind in jail. So he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years, as we all know. He served almost 3 years and was released on Wednesday because they found this agreement. What I would like everybody to note is that just because he's out does not mean he's not guilty.
Thank you. And that's what I was tired of seeing on the internet. Is, oh, I knew this was an injustice. No, you guys are speaking without knowing the facts. And the facts were released the same time that he was. He literally still did this. He admitted
the man stated with his own mouth that he did this.
That I did this and that I knew it was illegal. And y'all are still trying to say he's innocent and defend that?
Yes.
No.
I also would like to just bring up something that comes up all the time in, I want to say, sexual assault cases, is the lack of evidence.
Thank you.
Let's just be honest. When it comes to sexual assault, the only evidence that there really can be, unless it is a brutal and just violent sexual assault, a rape kit is not going to really tell you anything except for that sex was had. So exactly. The only evidence that you need is the woman's word or the man's word. Whoever is saying, I have been wrong, somebody has forced themselves on me, that's all the evidence you need. And what this is showing us is that time and time again, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
And I feel really sad for any sexual assault victims out there who have felt like they cannot speak up for these reasons. And I feel really sad for the victims of Bill Cosby, because what it's been said is that you guys got an entire army of people together so that you could be heard, and we still don't care. So it's trash. Throw the whole man away, put him under the jail, throw away the key, burn it down. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I really do hate those that are like, you know, we've seen this happen where, you know, people lie and da 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 da. These women were not lying because, again, he admitted to what he did.
Right.
So y'all are ignorant. You sound dumb. You look dumb.
The proof is in the pudding. Sorry, that was my attempt at a Bill Cosby.
The proof is in the pudding.
It's in the pudding, and it stinks. Okay, so go ahead and
let's
go
switch
into
over.
Another case of women not having autonomy of their own bodies.
And this truly blew my mind when I first heard it. You know, so Britney Spears, you know, we were huge advocates for the Free Britney movement. She finally was able to speak out against her conservatorship, and it broke a lot of our hearts. Like, hearing her actual voice tell us the things that she's had to go through and what she's allowed to do and not to do over the last 13 years, she said. It's just really sad to hear and to see. She's got a new relationship. You know, she really is trying to be happy and do herself. She's got she wants to be able to marry her boyfriend and potentially have another child with her boyfriend. And the conservatorship says no. Matter of fact, we're really going to prevent that and force you to have an IUD in, you know. Don't know exactly what that looks like, but literally that's what, you know, they told her. We're going to have to keep this in you because they don't trust her enough to be a mom and a wife. What?
Right.
And I listened to her deposition, and another part that makes me kind of sad is that she kept apologizing to the court for her ignorance because she feels like she wasn't doing enough for herself earlier. You know, she's like, pardon my ignorance that it's taken me so long to, you know, do this footwork or to even really try to understand all of this. You know, I'm sorry for that, but this is not okay. This is not what I want. And this is what I am want. She actually wants to sue her family. She wants to sue her. She does. She wants to sue her.
Is it her family or just her father?
When in the deposition, she says she wants to sue her family.
Okay.
Yeah, she did say family, but now, and like you're talking about her dad, he's spoken out against it. And what he's saying is that, you know, I'm a victim of this conservatorship. I would never do these things for Britney. These are actually the people who are involved in this. I'm just another pawn. He's that's the stance that he's trying to take.
Of course,
from what I gather. Right, from what I gather. You know, so it's really hurtful and hard to see. And we found out as of today or even yesterday that they denied her request to remove him from her conservatorship.
And that's what I find interesting. Jamie, if you're a pawn, why is she asking for you to be removed?
And
Not
nobody
even
else
asking for an overturn of the conservatorship, but just put somebody else there as my guardian.
Yeah.
Explain yourself. How are you a victim?
Right. Something just doesn't smell right.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not into it.
I'm not either. And you know,
I'm yelling free Britney until I'm dead or she's free. So,
you know, her sister, Jamie Lynn, even spoke out because, you know, she felt like she needed to defend herself because the haters were coming for her and saying, you know, why haven't you ever stood up for her? Why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? And she's like, this is my sister. What I do and talk to about my sister in private is none of your guys' business. But trust me. Right. But trust me, I'm screaming free Britney as well, basically.
Right.
So we definitely are going to see how this develops in the next few weeks and months, because this is not the end. This is just the beginning of, I feel like, a lot of news to come.
I also want to add that Megan and I were reading a little bit about it, and they said it's the exact same judge that denied the request last time. And I'd also like to know why we can't get a new judge on the case.
New counsel altogether, please.
You know, because it seems a little biased. And I'm just kind of like, how is that fair?
I agree. You know? I agree. Nothing smells right.
All the way around on all three of these stories, where is the justice? Where is justice at? Because it doesn't feel like we have it.
No, I agree.